Stephanie, you got a little bit of a mess here on the mesa, on the table.
A little bit.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, I think I'm going to put together my blender so we can make our milkshake or coffee shake.
Okay, go ahead and put the blender together.
Okay.
And while Stephanie does that, let's go ahead. I hear the kettle boiling already.
Yeah.
The water is boiling. And why do we need water?
To make our coffee in our French press.
Yes, that's right. Because the recipe for this smoothie, this is a history smoothie. This lesson is about coffee and bananas. And they may not sound like they go together, but you're going to see, as Professor Will Holliday will tell us, coffee and bananas have a lot to do with each other and with history in Central America. And with the smoothie, what we're going to do is combine the histories of banana and coffee, and then we drink it. So it's like eating or drinking a lesson. This is a Central American smoothie, so to speak. Are you interested?
I'm very interested. I like it.
We're going to need a cup of milk. Got that?
Yeah, I got that.
And we're going to need 3/4 cup of strong coffee.
Of course.
We're going to need 2 bananas, which we have. And then we're going to need 6 hielos, or ice cubes. And we do have that?
Mm-hmm, we do.
Okay, we're in Stephanie's house, so I got to check. And then we're going to combine those and in that blender and blend them together until smooth.
Perfect. It sounds yummy.
Okay, Stephanie has ground up the coffee beans, and
All right.
we got it in there. And now what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to take the lid off the French press, and I'm just going to dump the coffee grounds in here. And then I'll pour the water, and I'll fill it up. Oops. I gotta take the lid off.
We're only going to need 3/4 cup of coffee, but you're making a full pot here of French press, which is different, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a little stronger, and it's got a little different taste.
Not as acidic, not as hard on your system if you don't like acidic coffee.
I have heard that, yeah.
Okay. It's true for me. All right, so she's going to press those coffee, particles, whatever, ground up beans. Oh, no, you don't press that yet. All right.
No, not yet.
Hey, while we're waiting on that, since that's going to take several minutes, Stephanie, I saw something this morning that made me think of the first video in this series called Bananas. In the first video, I went to a Central American restaurant and I showed the students how the Central Americans, some of them, a lot of them, like to eat chicken and bananas.
Oh, that's funny. Uh-oh.
Have you tried that?
Chicken and bananas? No, I haven't. That sounds really weird.
It is really weird. Hey, there's a mess going here. You need to go get some.
I've got a towel right here.
Okay.
That's perfect.
You got the towel.
I think I put too much water in here.
Anyway, the people were eating chicken and bananas, and guess what else? Cabbage.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
They had pollo, chicken, and bananas, banana o plátano. But then the word for cabbage, do you remember right at the moment the word for cabbage? Repollo.
Repollo.
Eso. Mm-hmm. So they had pollo and repollo. And you can imagine that somebody learning the language could go into a restaurant and confuse them. Or they might look at the menu or hear the waiter say it and say, oh, yeah, I'll take some repollo, but they'd be getting cabbage. However, if they were in a restaurant like that, ordering pollo and repollo would be normal, right? So you'd have your chicken, your cabbage, and then, of course, the banana.
Of course.
The banana slices.
That's so funny.
Yeah, crossways sliced. Now, here's what I was thinking. We're still waiting on this coffee to get done. Well, this morning, early this morning, my wife was talking to a neighbor who told my wife, hey, there's an owl, a big owl, a great horned owl, lying out in the backyard, dead. Well, do you remember right now, these are words that aren't used all the time, but do you remember the word for owl?
I think there's two, but I know búho.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the other one.
Lechuza. Now remember the word for lettuce?
Lechuga.
Lechuga. Lechuga.
Yeah. Lechuza y lechuga.
Eso. So you can imagine somebody getting those words mixed up. Lechuza. So they might order something in a restaurant and ask for lechuza, which would of course be an owl. Or they might say repollo when they mean pollo.
That would be confusing.
Did you ever do that when you were in South America?
I'm pretty sure I probably said a lot of things wrong. And I think probably a lot of times they gave me a confused look and then I had to say it in English. And a lot of times they'd understand, or I don't know.
But they didn't speak much English where you were in Lima, Peru?
No, not a whole lot of people.
Well, let me tell you about this lechuza that they found in the neighbor's backyard. I went over and looked at it, took a picture, as you'll be able to see now. And something very interesting. First of all, it's just about 3 feet across, its wingspread. Not quite, I don't think, but anyway, you should see its garras, its claws. Oh, wow! So as you can see in this photo here, first of all, they're big, but one of those claws is turned to the side. Something's wrong with it. Well, my wife called up a woman who is known to take care of owls that are in danger. The lady told her, well, from what you've told me, it sounds like, since my wife told her that there was also another bird, a brown-headed cowbird, that was found also dead near it. And so this lady who specializes in taking care of owls and then releasing them into the wild, I think she works for the state parks. She said, well, it sounds like what happened. And she said, this is pretty normal. It sounds like it grabbed that bird and then it ran into one of the wires, because my wife told her there was a power line nearby. And she says it sounds like it got electrocuted and they both died. Guess what?
Oh my gosh.
When you look at this photo, you can see that one talon there, it's black. Obviously, that lady had a good point. It appears that one talon, that one claw there, was burned with a pretty powerful charge, and so that one claw is turned to the side and deformed, but you can see it's clearly been burned. And here we're talking about not lettuce, not lechuga, but lechuza.
That's so funny. Oh, that poor bird.
Yeah, and a beautiful bird. I mean, eyeballs the size of a cat's eyes.
Oh my gosh.
So no wonder they can see at night.
Yeah.
So anyway, lechuza, lechuga, pollo, and repollo, all this language stuff, it's part of the world we live in when we go to another country, another culture, and or to a place in our own country where we run into another culture. All these things are happening all around us all the time if we can understand the language, but isn't it important not to be embarrassed when you're learning a language? I mean, you spent a long time in Spanish, but still.
Yeah, it is. I still get embarrassed. But it's when I don't get embarrassed that I have more fun and I feel like I'm learning a lot more.
Okay, Stephanie, it says, first of all, put in 1 cup of leche.
All right.
Where's the leche? Oh, okay. Una taza de leche. And 3/4 taza, 3/4 cup of what? Oh, strong coffee, café fuerte.
Awesome.
So now, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm just I'm pushing down the coffee grounds so that when I pour out the coffee, there's no coffee grounds in it. So it's just got a little mesh thing in there to push all the coffee grounds down to the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I know the problem. Right, perfect.
Nothing like the sounds of cooking. Okay, now we need 2 bananas. But hold on a second. Would you pick up that one banana over there?
Yeah.
That's one of yours. And what's it say on it?
Chiquita.
Chiquita, which means little bitty, very small. And so this chiquita banana is una banana chiquita, and these have been around for years, and you know where they come from, Central America.
Uh-huh.
So we really do have, I think, would you grab those other ones and see if there's anything to read on them?
Dole.
No español? No español?
Honduras.
Honduras. Well, how about that? Because the restaurant that they have already been to through the video was Honduran and Guatemalan.
Oh, perfect.
So we're going to do this with some Honduran bananas. This is the real deal, man. So let's use the 2 from Honduras. The other one may be from Costa Rica. I'm not sure. It could be from Guatemala. But at any rate, let's go with the Honduran bananas.
Awesome.